Welcome back to Carneades.org. Today we are going to be starting a brand new series, Doubting Philosophical Distinctions, Necessary, A Priori, Analytic, and Where They Fall Apart, with Kant, Quine, and Kripke. Before we get started on that, though, this video was funded by Thorin Isaiah Malmgren. If you want to suggest a topic for a video, you can do so too by donating $10 a month on Patreon. Usually what I do with those videos is say you'll just get a dumbfounding definitions video on whatever you want, but if you have a good topic that I already wanted to do a series on, we can bump that to the top of the list and we might do a full series on it like we're doing here. So thanks so much to everyone that is supporting on Patreon, and if you want to get your own series on whatever topic you want, feel free to donate there. All right, with that out of the way, let's get started. So one of the very first series that we uploaded to this channel was about philosophical distinctions. In that video, or that series of videos, we covered three famous distinctions: necessary versus contingent truths, a priori versus a posteriori knowledge, and synthetic versus analytic statements. In that series, we noted that frequently, if and only if something is a necessary truth, then it is a priori knowledge and it is an analytic statement, and vice versa. Most of our examples for necessary truth also happen to be a priori knowledge and analytic statements. And most of our examples for contingent truths ended up being a posteriori knowledge and synthetic statements. So those seem to line up pretty well. The question then is, do these distinctions ever fall apart? Are there examples of situations where you have something that's a posteriori but necessary, or synthetic but a priori? That's what this series is going to look at. Many philosophers have argued that, in fact, there are things which fall on multiple sides of this distinction. That there could be synthetic a priori claims or contingent a priori claims. Others have argued that one of these distinctions is reducible to another, or one of these distinctions is just circular and we should throw it out. In this series, we're going to look at arguments from Kant, Quine, and Kripke, which attempt to break down our traditional notions about these terms. First off, we're going to look at Kant's synthetic a priori judgments. Kant came up with the analytic-synthetic distinction, or it's often where we get it from, and so it makes sense that he would be where we're starting in terms of breaking some of these distinctions down. After that, we're going to look at some problems for the analytic-synthetic distinction with Quine's demonstration of the circularity of analyticity. We're not going to do the whole of Two Dogmas in that video, but we're going to try to give a brief but effective summary of what's going on with Quine's critique of analyticity. Then we'll look at Kripke, and we'll do Kripke's necessary a posteriori statements, and then another video on Kripke's contingent a priori statements. Once again, a big thanks to Thorin Isaiah Malmgren for their support on Patreon. If you want to fund a video, go to Patreon now, donate $10 a month, and send me what you want me to make a video on. I can't promise it will happen quickly, but it'll happen faster than anyone else that is asking for a video in comments where I just say, oh yeah, I'll put it in a list of videos that I'll hopefully make one day. So, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the rest of this series, as well as a number of quick videos coming out in the course of the next couple months on distinctions in philosophy of language, and a video we'll be doing when we get to 40,000 subscribers. That'll be a live Q&A. Watch this video and more here at Carneades.org, and stay skeptical, everybody.